Hey, what's going on, everyone? In this video, Daniel and I are going to be discussing how not all sales are created equal. The reason behind this video is we've been experiencing this ourselves, within our own agency the last month or two, signing clients that we were unsure about in the beginning. And, what do you know, a month or two later, they've come back and, just complaining and causing all these issues and sort of headaches for us. And I guess that's prompted this video, which is why you shouldn't be closing these people even if you're just starting out. Not all cash is good cash, and not all sales are created equal.
Look, Cody, I couldn't agree more. And at different stages of your agency, you're going to have a different view on it. I think at the beginning of, if you're just starting out, it is sometimes good to have people who are constantly on your back. They're constantly wanting more, they're wanting improvements, they're wanting better results, and that will push you to learn a lot more, I think.
For sure.
And, even the guy that you're referring to, who's definitely takes up, I'd say 80% of our time when it comes to client management. He's calling us before work, 7 a.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., Saturdays, public holidays, Sundays. He has absolutely no respect for our time. He just thinks we work for him personally. He thinks he's paying us $200,000 a month or something like that. But to be honest, he has pushed us to improve our services. It's because of him that we are now deep into the phone AI calling system.
For sure.
But to be honest, as we were talking about the other day, it's gone beyond the point where we're getting any more return from him. He's taking up so much of our time, so much of our mental energy. He infuriates me, and it is at the point now where we need to. Well, we're collecting the next payment in a week or so, and it's gotten to the point where, hey, we're going to price you out of this now, because if you're willing to pay double or triple the amount that you're paying now, okay, then we can probably keep you on board, because then it is worth our time. But at the moment, the rate he's paying and the return we're getting from him, it's actually costing us money, because we could be spending that time doing so many other things, right? And we have the luxury now where we have enough clients and enough revenue where getting rid of a couple of clients is not going to damage our business too much. But look, there are other examples. I was just thinking to myself this morning that working with people, it's tough. Look, when you're first getting started, if you have no experience in doing this, working with someone, if you have if you agree at the beginning, look, I'm basically going to learn with your money, you'll get the benefit of me kind of performing this service for you. It can work quite well. But I think we're at the point now where I really don't want to work with anyone locally to me, any local businesses. I've had people approach me, and I now just actually refer them on to other people with agencies that I know, because, a lot of the time, no matter how much you do, if they're not pulling their end of the deal, it's not going to work out. And you do have to have that tough conversation with people sometimes. And if it's a friend or a local business, someone that you see often, I think it can end up damaging your personal relationship with them. Because sometimes you do have to be brutal. This is the business at the end of the day. And if it's not serving you, and I still to this day, I have clients who I had from years ago when I first started, and it's a local business that's down the road for me. I'm quite good friends with them now. And they take so much of my time, and I don't get that return. And it's quite kind of awkward for me now, where how do I split this relationship without damaging, the business relationship without damaging my personal relationship? It's really tough. So, it's something you need to consider, and you need to understand where it can go, because at the end of the day, business is business. And when you're earning money to support your family, your priority is you, your business, your income. And if that client's not serving you, you might have to cut them, or you might have to have a tough conversation with them. So it is something to consider for sure.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, there is no friends in business, as the old saying goes. And I think when I started out, I would just sign anyone that would pay me money, right? I wouldn't care who you are, what business you were in. If I could get money off you, I'd basically be like, yep, no problem, I can do it. and you can always work things out and figure it out if you haven't done it before. I always think saying yes, I think it was a Richard Branson sort of thing. You just say yes and figure out the how later. But man, dealing with headaches and dealing with those sort of clients, I honestly don't think it's worth it. No matter what stage you're at, because your energy can be best focused elsewhere.
But look, at the end of the day, man, like when you are starting out, you have to probably weigh it up. Obviously your opinion is don't ever do it. Mine is maybe, depends. But having an understanding
it does depend on your situation.
Having an understanding of where.
What would I rather? If I'm thinking of it like this, what would I rather? Annoying, hassling clients like the one, like the few we have, or work a 9 to 5? I'd say let me deal with these people every day of the week. So if you do put it in perspective, I mean, it's probably not a bad thing. It just kind of depends on your personal situation. But yeah, where we're at right now, like we don't need to sign those clients. We've got a great foundation of clients. In the last few months we've been working together, we've got an awesome foundation of clients that are great people. They're friendly. You just have a beer with them, like you just hang out, talk shit with them. They're just great, down to earth guys. And that's the type of people we want to work with, because we know we can get results for those type of people.
Yeah. And, the other thing that I will mention is you'll see signs, and maybe you won't recognize them when you're starting out, but over time you will hear on calls, and you and I now are really good at detecting this. The person's attitude on that call, you can tell if they're going to be a difficult client or not. And there's a lot that you can tell. It'll be a month and then they're going to say, this isn't working. Because look, at the end of the day, some people simply should not be in business, right?
Yeah.
Having a job, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe like subbing out if you're, a tradie, for example, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I think a lot of people want to go and run their business because they see other people doing it, but they simply don't have the personality traits or the drive to run a successful business. And so some people simply should not be in business, right? And a lot of that's just
tradie, but they're not necessarily a good business.
And it's a lot of that is their attitude. And on a phone call now, I can pick it out. I can smell it within a couple of minutes.
It's so easy to tell.
And those, I'll be then quite brutal right at the beginning of the call. And then I'll kind of, maybe use a high price to kind of price them out. Or I'll be I'm always very transparent, actually. And I'll say, look, this isn't like sales are just going to fall in your lap. I'll often use the kind of phrase where I'm like, look, people aren't going to be throwing their credit cards at you.
Yeah.
You still have to sell, and there's still a lot of work to do. And I'll focus a lot more on that if I can hear that this is that person with that type of attitude where they think that joining an agency like ours means that now they don't have to do anything anymore, and we do everything for them. And look, maybe one day we will come out with a done for you where we also close the deals for them. But then, that's going to be a much higher price point. And I think those people still, you could literally generate the leads for them, nurture the leads, book in the leads, take payment, and they are still going to have somewhere that they have a problem, because that's just what type of person they are, and they need to do a lot more work on themselves. And you and I are not counselors. We are we're running a lead generation agency. That's the main aim of what we do for our clients. And maybe one day we will also do coaching and done for you and those type of things. But right now, those type of people hold us back. They take way too much of our time, and our time is very, very valuable. And so, hopefully, listening to this, if whether you're starting out or whether you're running an agency and you're experiencing what we're experiencing, at some point, have the confidence. If you want, comment below, have a chat with us, have a chat with other agency owners. I'm always I'm such a big supporter of being friendly with our other agency owners and, not seeing them as competition, because it's a very small world that we're in. So, reach out to us or anyone else if you want to chat through some issues you're having, but hopefully this has helped.
For sure. Daniel, great to have you on the channel again. Guys, I hope you got some value. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.